Alright. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Call It Out. I'm your host, Oda Sun, and let's get into this one. So a little bit of the backstory. We've got a drive-by Karen. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. I haven't until today, but yes, that's right. We've got a drive-by Karen, just like the title says. Saw a couple, well, specifically a black person, and we'll see what she did next. What any logical person, of course, would do next.
Where your husband at?
I don't mean to stop this too early, but I love when gentlemen say that, because I say that myself. I'm not going to threaten a female with violence ever, but where's your husband? Where's your brother? I'm not threatening them with violence, but I'm saying that violence is an option on this table, not for you, but for your loved ones. That is always a consequence that is on the table. Don't let them forget that. I'm never gonna lay my hands on a female, and that's what every man should think. But where's your man at? Where's your brother at? Where's your father? Where's your friend? You have a man around you that you care about, and your words have consequences that they might have to pay for.
If you guys have a lease, I'd just like to see the lease.
No, ma'am.
No business.
For real?
Personal documents.
At all?
They're like in their 30s.
Yes.
It's just a medium weight. They're.
The fuck we got to steal something for?
Hey,
What do we need? It's so...
Okay. It looks like there's been a misunderstanding. So, apparently, there's been a misunderstanding. When I was driving by, I saw an individual behind the house, and so I stopped. And
Profile.
And all the windows.
There's no misunderstanding. They were minding their business, and you decide to involve yourself in people's business that have nothing to do with you. I guarantee you do not know who lives there. So what the hell are you talking about? There's the only misunderstanding is on your end.
Are closed, and it looks.
It's hot as fuck. The sun is beaming.
And so I'm like shocked, and I'm like, okay. And so then I back up, and then I see an individual crouched again, and I'm like, hi, like, what are you doing at my neighbor's house? And then.
And I greeted you, didn't I?
What's that?
And I greeted you, didn't I?
So that's when I called 911, because I'm like, okay, like, this isn't my neighbor.
A lot to unpack there, but the first thing that I want to state is that's not her neighbor, or she does not know who lives there. She's trying to act as if she did, but she does not know. You want to know why I know she doesn't know who lives there? Because that's what you lead with whenever you see a situation like that. If I know somebody who lives in a home and then I see some random people breaking in, I'm going to tell the authorities, well, I know who lives here and it's not them and they're creeping around. I'm going to say it loudly. She's trying to hide what she's saying to the person. That way the dude can't interrupt, because you see everything she says he has a response to, which is the correct thing to do in the situation. She was just embarrassed and didn't want to let it go, so she continued it. But let's continue it and see what happens.
He said that he has a lease, and now he's got his phone and he's recording me, so, okay. Yeah, cops are here. No. No, and the cops are here.
You did all this for somebody that lives here and pays rent here.
And before you Karen haters say, well, she doesn't know he could have been a criminal, the second he takes out his phone and starts recording, what type of criminal would record his criminal activity? At this point, everybody in her knows she looks like a fool.
Grown ass motherfucking man. You driving your car down the street. What's up?
So I guess this woman was harassing my partner.
Oh, please.
No.
Literally called the cops on the place where we live.
Come on.
Else would you call calling the cops on somebody who lives in said home and trying to force them to show you why they live it, like that they do live in said home? What else would you call that? There's nothing else you can call that except for harassment. And her attitude towards the whole situation is borderline hilarious, like literally borderline hilarious. And I like how she's now more confident. Oh, please. And now she's trying to sound off now that the cops are here. So she was clearly scared for literally no reason.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We can stand right here, bro. To be honest, this is my house.
I just want to separate from her so we can talk. She's on our side. Her.
Okay. I guess she doesn't believe that we live here. We moved here.
What are you guys doing in this
About 3 weeks
situation?
ago. We have Randy Williamson are the property owners. We have a lease.
Are you like flipping out or
I was
just
standing behind
handling
my
it
house,
in a
right
like
here.
really calm
She pulls
manner?
up, she stops. Hello, what do you need? I wave, and she pulled off. I heard her car still humming right here. She got a fucking Hemi in that bitch. I heard her car still humming, so I went inside, and I came outside. And she asked me what I was doing here. I said, I live here. I walked back outside because I peeped through the window and I seen her right here. So I walked back outside. I asked her, did she need something? And she said, yes, I do. What are you doing behind my neighbor's house? I said, I live here.
His neighbors?
I don't know whoever she's talking about. She said whoever live here got 2 kids and they don't. We live here.
Okay, first thing I want to address is I think he made one mistake during this whole interaction, which was kind of giving the cop a little bit of an attitude when he first shows up. I'm not saying don't give a cop an attitude or anything, or ultimately always show him respect. I'm saying treat every human being with respect until they show you otherwise, that they need to be dealt with otherwise. So raising his voice at the police officer when he first got there, I don't think that's the smartest decision to make in that situation, but he's not in the wrong, so it's not like he has anything to fear from it. But that would be the only thing I would critique. But notice how never mentioned to the police officers or to the lady on the phone that the people who live there have 2 kids. You want to know why? Because she's lying. She's going to make anything up in that specific spot to try to get what she wants in that situation. It's a power play. It's a power play. But ultimately, it is a power play. But alright, that's the end of the video. But as you can see, we have another entitled Karen basically demanding to see their papers, proving that they live there, trying to demoralize them, thinking that she stands on a higher ground. Just the amount of entitlement inside this woman is absolutely sickening. Another Karen for the books. This one's an actual Karen drive-by. They're getting more and more less sophisticated. Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense, but they're getting less and less sophisticated. I guess that's the easiest way of saying it. However, I am your main man, Oda's son, and until the next one,